I'm Angela.
And I'm Paige. In the 7 years that Angela and I have been friends, we have shared true crime stories that we are obsessed with. This podcast is a hobby discussing the intricate details of true crime cases. Welcome to the Corrupt Podcast Corrupted Clips Edition. These Corrupted Clip episodes will be 20 to 30 minutes long and cover mystery, history, and murder.
We assume no responsibility or liability for any errors or omissions in the content of this episode. The Corrupt Podcast is based on the facts and our opinions of the case. Listener discretion is advised.
Today we're discussing the Giants of Seville. They were a married couple that lived in Seville, Ohio in the 1800s. Anna Haining Swan was 7 foot 11 inches tall and weighed 413 pounds as an adult. Anna's husband, Captain Martin Van Buren Bates, was 7 foot 9 inches tall and 470 pounds.
Those are big.
They are towering over everyone around them in photos.
Wow.
Anna was born in Nova Scotia in 1848. She was one of 13 children. She was known... Yeah, let's just pause there and talk about that. She's one of 13 children.
Head dropped.
I did. So she's one of 13, but she's the only one with the giant gene.
19 kids and counting over here.
Yeah. Welcome to Nova Scotia in 1848. She was known as the Giantess Girl of Nova Scotia. It is estimated that she was 13 pounds at birth.
So was I.
13 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's get it, Anna. Let's get it. That's what I'm talking about.
You just blew my mind a little bit. 13 pounds?
It was
You're
like,
kidding me.
No, I'm not. It was like 12, I don't know, 9 or something.
Holy crap.
It was close to 13. But yeah, my mom baked me in the oven a week more than what she should have.
Okay, no, I was overdue as well, and I was not 13 pounds.
You know, that last week I was just slurping all those nutrients in.
Like an extra pound a day.
It was.
What about your siblings?
No, so my sister, she was actually close, but she was like a pound lighter. And then my brother he was a small one. He was perfect. He was like 8, I think.
Wow, I think 8 is still a pretty big baby.
My daughter was 8.
Really?
Yeah.
My son was 6.
Wow.
He's a tiny little peanut.
But
It's a
you
13-pound
had a
baby.
natural. I
Yes.
was like, cut open.
Not sure that matters when you're pregnant, though. That's a lot of weight to carry.
It is. It's heavy.
So back to Anna. Her grandmother told her to stand tall and be proud of your Highland ancestry.
Hallelujah.
I know. Her grandma was
love that.
proud.
Yeah.
Anna's parents the whole way are just, her family is just so supportive of her. I think for
That's beautiful.
the 1800s, that's really rare.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So the doctors at the time thought that there was probably something wrong with Anna's thyroid, and that's what caused her to keep growing and growing. Now we know that Anna and Martin most likely carried the giant gene, which occurs from a tumor in the pituitary gland. Anna's grandmother was telling her to just be proud of herself. When Anna outgrew her elementary school desk, her father handmade one to fit her. He also made a bed to keep her comfortable.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
That is so sweet. Wow.
Anna's family was financially struggling. I'm not going to say it was the 13 children, but we're going to make an assumption here. They decided that Anna would tour locally as an attraction. The family did go with Anna and chose family-friendly events when possible.
How would you, deliver that to your child to
Here,
make money?
Here, sweet child, one of my 13. We're poor. We need you to go sell those giant jeans. I know, but for real, I mean, think about how that made her feel as a child.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for her.
But they did also hype her up. They were like, be proud of who you are, strut down that street.
Yeah.
And work it, girl.
And it did open a lot of doors and a lot of opportunity for her.
Yeah. Brought in that cash.
Yep. By 1870, Anna had established herself in a career working for the P.T. Barnum Circus. The circus paid her $23 a week. Today, that would be the equivalent of about $500 a week. So she's doing okay.
That's nice,
It's a
yeah.
single lady. She's doing okay. The Kentucky Giant was Captain Martin Van Buren Bates. The captain received his rank during the Civil War while serving in the Virginia State Line Troops. He was also known as the 7-9 of the Confederate Army. He was born in Kentucky on November 9th, 1837. Before the war, Martin's first occupation was a schoolteacher. While the circus was on tour in Halifax, Canada, Anna Swan visited. Anna and Martin soon got to know each other and were married in 1871. The highly publicized wedding at St. Martin in the Fields in London, England, drew thousands of people trying to attend. Queen Victoria gave Martin an engraved watch and gave Anna a satin gown and a diamond ring. So this is after Queen Victoria's husband died, and she's just known to be so sad, and she's very depressed, and she's still that great of a friend to Anna that she's celebrating her wedding with them. And the wedding pictures are really good. Like, you can see them standing 2 heads taller than everyone else around them. But they loved each other. Like, they found each other.
Yeah, they're owning it together.
Right? They're soulmates. In 1873, the couple moved to Seville, Ohio, and built a house for giants. The doors were 8 feet tall, and the ceilings were 14 foot high. It's got to be impossible to heat. I'm just thinking about Ohio winters here. On May 19th, 1872, Anna gave birth to a stillborn daughter who weighed 18 pounds at birth.
So how does that work? Does her daughter have the gene then too?
Yeah, both babies have the gene.
Okay.
She was 18 pounds at birth.
Okay.
We don't know too much information on the first baby. We know a little bit more on the second baby.
Okay.
Soon, their giant house and 130-acre farm ran up bills, so they joined up with the W. Cole's Circus to make ends meet from 1878 to 1880.
On January 15th, 1879, Anna gave birth to a second child. The baby boy only lived 11 hours, but his birth length of 30 inches long and weight of 23 3/4 pounds earned a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. Anna Bates died in her sleep of heart failure on August 5th, 1888, at just 40 years old. Martin ordered a statue of her from Europe for her grave, sold the oversized house, and moved into the town. In 1889, he remarried, this time to a woman of typical height, Annette Lavon Weatherby. Martin died in 1919 of nephritis, inflammation of the kidneys. He was 82 years old. Wow. He lived a long life.
For his size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin, Anna, and their son are buried in Seville at the Mound Hill Cemetery. Some years after his death, a family of normal height purchased the home built by the giant couple. However, the original house in which he and Anna lived burnt down.
Which is so sad.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Historical Society should have snapped that up and kept that.
Yeah,
Not that
for
much
sure.
to do in Seville. That would have been kind of a cool novelty.
Yeah.
14-foot ceilings, 8-foot doorways. Even 8-foot doorways, that only really gives Anna an inch of distance there. She's going to whack her head.
I wonder if their cemetery, spot is extra long as well.
Bet it was.
You know? That'd be cool to see.
The coffin alone would have had to have been 8 foot big.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A replica of the tallest married couple on Earth is in the living room at the Seville Historical Society, surrounded by memorabilia from their famed days, wowing onlookers at shows across the globe.
So the Historical Society has almost mannequin-sized, 8-foot sized mannequins wearing Civil War clothing and a 1800s dress. Yeah, you can see pictures of it online.
Oh, that's cool.
But they do have somebody, again, standing like a normal-sized person, us. And then you've got this 8-foot mannequin behind them. I feel like that's something that would give our children nightmares. But
Probably.
We're not taking our children here. But it does kind of show how it's a replication of how tall they really were.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to be like, oh, they were, 7 foot 11 inches. But until you go to stand beside it, you realize how big they really were.
I mean, just seeing the picture there
Mm-hmm.
that we're looking at, that's pretty tall.
The guy is to below Martin's shoulder.
Yeah.
Like an average sized man is below his shoulder.
Close to his elbow.
Yeah, pretty close. Yep. So their grave marker in Seville does list them as Captain M.V. Bates, wife Anna Swan Bates, and infant boy.
So he didn't have Annette there at all.
Nope. True love of his life was Anna. And she died. It was years later, but they speculated that it was from depression, that she just didn't want to go on. She stops traveling after the loss of Anna. Yeah, she stops traveling after the loss of the baby, the second baby. She had two, I guess you want to say goals in life, but two things in life that she wanted to do. And one of them was be a school teacher, and one of them was to be a mom. And they told her that she couldn't be a school teacher because people, what would people think, basically? You can't teach. You're going to be distracting. You just got to be in the circus.
Oh, my goodness.
Right. And then they had two babies, and both of them, one's stillborn. One only lives 11 hours. So she just stays on the farm. They adopt lots of circus or ex-circus animals. They rescue the horses.
Aww.
I know. She's known to really love animals. So they take on any wounded animals in the area. They take on ex-circus animals, and she really nurtures them and takes care of them until her death at age 40. And he went 40, he's 40 years without her, basically. So he makes it to 1919.
I don't think my husband would make it. I feel like if I passed away at that age.
I mean, I hope to not find out, but he did remarry a year later, so.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. He remarries very quickly, but they don't have any kids together.
Yeah.
It's just him and Annette.
Maybe it's just so he won't be alone, or.
Yeah, somebody to take care of you. Not that that's a good reason to get married.
Wow.
Yep.
What a story.
So as always, we will list our sources on our episode notes. You can reach us at corruptpod@gmail.com, corrupt.podcast on Instagram, or corruptpodcast on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to catch our next episodes. You can also leave us a review wherever you're listening to this podcast. Bye.
Bye-bye.